I was not gonna record this video and I wasn't gonna do it in these braces, but here we are now. Like, what better time to do this video than right now? So let's talk about how I just got these braces a week ago. I found a really good dentist at a really good price, and it was about $3,000 plus a set of retainers. 3 a year for the next 5 years. Once I'm done with my treatment, it was an extra like $700. So the grand total ended up being like $3,700. So I was like, you know what? I hear people pay up $4,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 for braces. So why not go ahead and do it? Now, there was a contingent with these braces because I plan on going out the country, but just hold that thought. I'm gonna come back to it. And I was gonna leave out the country for my birthday in May. However, you know what? Since I changed my name, maybe I should change my birthday too. Okay, y'all, that's too much. Like, let me just keep moving forward. So they were like, you know what? You're gonna have your braces for about an estimate of 9 months. And y'all, 9 months is pretty much August. With that being said, my lease is of July 31st, so 7/31. And I was like, you know what? Pretty much 9 months is an estimate. It probably won't be that long. I can get them taken off right before I leave. So the dentist was like, you know what? We can get your braces taken off in May. You can get your retainer. And you know, whenever you come back inside the States, we can pick up where we left off with your treatment. In my head, I was like, who said I plan on coming back? So now y'all, let's go ahead and fast forward to what's going on with this whole out the country thing. If you don't know, my desire has always been to be a digital nomad. Hold on, while I'm talking about this video, let me make sure that I'm not gonna do a whole video on this in my creative director short clip movie documentary that I'm doing. Hold on 1 second. All right, so I'm not talking about it in the video, so I can continue. The reason that I'm leaving out the country is because the cost of living and the quality of life here in the States just doesn't make sense to me. I have been in Texas all my life, and I've also been to Louisiana, and you know, my man friend, aka partner, I don't know what to call him, he took me to Vegas, but other than that, y'all, I've never been to anywhere else. So with that being said, for me to just up and leave out the country, y'all, that's the only thing that makes sense. Now, before I tell you where I'm gonna go, why did I not decide to move somewhere else, it's only for the simple fact what people don't tell you is that people who live in Texas are so small-minded. Everyone moves to Texas because of cost of living. They buy houses, they say it's cheaper. Now, for people like me and everybody else who was born and raised in Texas, if they leave outside of Texas, y'all have to learn to congratulate them. The thing is that any other state outside of Texas is expensive. Yes, everything is bigger in Texas, but we're also spoiled because things are cheap. So the thing is, when we go to another state, it's like, oh my gosh, it's expensive. Like, I would never do it. And it creates a small mindset. So that's just the way that I think. And I know there's other people who think that way. And I even told people I was leaving, told them why, gave them the same thing that I'm giving y'all. And they were like, you're right. Like, I've never really moved outside of Texas and everything is cheaper. So because I can't move to a different state, well, let me not say I can't. So because I choose not to move to another state because of cost of living, I'm just gonna go out the country where it's cheaper. So let's see. I'm not gonna tell y'all where I'm going. There's gonna be several places that I'm going because I don't wanna be stuck in an area when it's raining or there's a tornado, earthquake, hurricane, tropical storm. I don't want to do all that stuff. So I am going to be bouncing around, and I do want to get my actual visa in a specific, y'all, oh my gosh, I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna just tell y'all, when it comes to history and science, that's not my forte. So city, country, area, y'all know what I'm saying. Now, another thing to add to that is that I am bringing one of my dogs with me. If you don't know, I have 2 golden doodles, and I am rehoming one of them to someone that I know, only because I self-diagnosed him with ADHD, and he just gets very afraid of anything that's bigger than him, and that's including people. So I feel like I'm all over the place. I probably should have organized this in my brain before I said it out loud, but that is what I'm doing. I don't plan on going back. I'm not really afraid of anything. So the only hardest things for me to do was to rehome my dog. Also, to sell my car. I have a Jeep Wrangler. That was my dream car. I love it. But y'all, I've gotten to the point now where I don't even really want to drive anymore. It's crazy on the road. I even went car shopping in case I ever come back to the States to see what type of car I would get. And there was nothing that really sparked my interest. So I already know where I'm going to go to sell my car. And then also someone who lives where I live wants to buy my car as well. Now, even with that, what else? Selling my couch, that'll be easy. And I'll just put everything else in storage. Now, I did say I don't plan on coming back to the States, and I meant exactly what I said. You know, who just knows what will happen? I've learned to stop saying what I will never do because you never know what may happen. So y'all, I have gotten my passport this week. I do need to go to the post office so that they can process it. That way it'll be ready for the summertime of next year. And I'm super excited about that. Yes, there are people that I've told where I'm going. They're like, you know, there's a lot of different kidnapping and just all kind of stuff. Like, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not afraid. I live in America. What's the worst that can happen? And I will be the first, pretty much, in my family to move abroad. Now, I didn't finish telling y'all, but this is something I always wanted to do. It's actually something I tried to do, and the only reason it wasn't successful is because my dog that I diagnosed for ADHD by myself, he just wasn't eating and drinking, and I just had to cut the trip short. So I feel like I'm delaying something that I want to do, and truth be told, I do not want to go broke in America. I want to say that we take it for granted how, you know, I would say privileged that we are, because I was watching a video and the person was saying that people in other countries, no matter how hard they work, they will never be able to be rich or make money like we do in America. From my understanding and what I was told, our passport is like gold and it's worth so much more elsewhere. So I don't even want to see the world. I just don't want to have to live in this hamster wheel race in America, paying all this money for rent. Because y'all, I'm telling y'all, I refuse to pay more than $2,000 in rent. That ain't even all the bills. It's just crazy. I don't want to have to think about stuff like that. And I don't know if y'all seen in my other videos, I don't want kids, I don't want to be married, so I just want to create content, work on my business here and there, and that's it. So in reality, I just want a slower pace of life. Now, I did a video on 9-to-5 jobs, so I don't have to go into that. I can say that the thing that I'm focusing on right now is to create a consistent income with me creating content and business. So yes, I'm a content creator with a YouTube channel, but I'm also an entrepreneur with a business. With those two, I'm not gonna say they're not consistent, but long story short, it doesn't work unless I work. So if I don't work, I don't get paid. So I don't want to like automate my content or my business. I just want to find a mixture of how I can be consistent now. That way when I leave, everything is simultaneously the same. So I know people are going to have a bunch of questions, and y'all can ask me questions here. I'm excited to be recording that content when I leave, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got. There's really only been one person that's been keeping me here, and he's a little bit upset about it, but I told him, hey, like, once you finish taking care of the stuff that you need to take care of, maybe I'll come back. Or more so, he can just come where I am. So I'm super duper excited for that. Y'all stay tuned, but always, always remember to drink your water, touch some grass, and ground your feet on cement, and I'll see you next video. Bye.